Hey guys, Sirak here. Today we'll be doing an overview of one of my Lord of the Ring maps, the Battle for Middle-earth. More specifically, the Isengard overview. In my previous videos, you can learn about the major guidelines of the map, the Mordor, Elves, Goblin, and Rohan overviews. In this video, I will be focusing on Player 5, Isengard. In the beginning, your town center starts at the bottom of the Misty Mountains. You have two castles in the middle of your base, which are denoted as Orthanc. North of Isengard, you'll find a gate here, so that's the Dam of Isengard. You don't want to destroy that since they'll damage your building significantly, kill your towers, and your siege workshop. You can find your siege workshop right here, right beside the Orthanc. And on the left side of Isengard, you'll find Dunlin, which is the yurt down here. And on the left, further left of that, you'll find the Barrow Downs castle there as well. So finally, you have quite a few heroes in Isengard. So you have Saruman, Yurts, Sharku, and Ugluk, as well as Wormtongue. In Dunlin, you also have Wolfgard, which is the leader of the Dunedain. Sorry, the Dunlin folk, not the Dunedain. And finally, you have Sembrag, who is the guardian of the Barrow Downs here. As you can see, Isengard is a little bit like the Goblins, where they have their main fortification at their base with two castles, and they have quite a bit of options on where to attack. Isengard itself is quite fortified, as you can see. It's got double walls, quite a few towers, and the double castle here makes it very hard to take down. The Barrow Downs is also very fortified, just because you have extra archers that have been buffed that are on a cliffside, as well as a couple of towers. And the castle here is not easily accessible, as you can see there's just quite a few mountains and rocks surrounding it. The lack of siege workshop, apart from the one from Rohan, also makes it a little bit difficult to counter defenses. From the Barrow Downs, you'll be able to assault the economies near the Blue Mountain and Grey Havens, where most of the people economies are in here. And you can go also to the north towards Rivendell, so as long as you're able to cross this river here, you'll be able to make it towards Rivendell to harass them, or even go into Fornos to help the Mordor player take out Fornos to make sure that you have a nice pass for goblins to attack the left side of the map. So the Dunedain spawn starts at minute 12, so as long as you keep Wolfgard here in this Dunlin region all the way up here, he'll keep spawning some Jaguar warriors after minute 12. And you'll also be getting a large tribute of 1,000 food as well as 800 gold every couple of minutes. The Barrow Downs come to life, so you'll actually end up spawning some whites at minute 23 every couple of minutes. And finally, at minute 24, Isengard turns on the Whirl of Good. So as you can see right now, Isengard is allied to all the players, and all the players are allied to Isengard. At minute 24, the players actually end up turning, well, the good players end up turning on Isengard as well as Isengard on them. And it becomes a full 4v4 at that point. So if you can get to Imperial before minute 24, you're able to recharge spies at the castle for 200 gold. And it's honestly it's quite a great deal. And the problem with Isengard is that even when they have spies, they're going to be so preoccupied and so pushed that they're not going to be able to help much with the spies. So it really depends on how Evil is doing in other areas. You'll have that vision to see where you can strike and hit. So the heroes for Isengard are actually quite important. If Saruman dies, Rohan gets their one of their triggers for HP over time. And the same goes with Ugluk. Unfortunately, he also buffs Theodred as well as that. Losing Lyots leads Aragon and Boromir to being quite stronger, so they're going to get quite a huge buff, and Inversely, if they die, Guts also gets quite the buff. Keeping Wormtongue alive, so Wormtongue is actually pretty useless as a hero. The only reason he has to live is basically as long as he's on the field, or as long as he's alive, Theoden will actually be taking some damage over time. And then Sharku, which is one of the... Well, also buff Aragon if you lose him, and if he does die, you won't have any access to the Warg Archers anymore. Losing Wolfguard, so the Jaguar Warrior here, you'll actually lose your spawn, and if you end up losing Sambrog, in here you'll also end up losing the white spawns. So it's kind of important to keep your heroes alive just because of the amount of spawns that you're able to get for free as long as your heroes are alive. If you lose both of your castles in Isengard, Rohan also gets one of their HP buffs. As you can see, between Rohan and Isengard, whoever basically kills the other gets a lot of buffs. You basically want to go ahead and it's made so that Rohan and Isengard end up fighting each other quite a bit. And this map will definitely show as the Fort of Isengard will be the staging point for many fights. So losing Dunlin is actually quite detrimental. So losing the Sirak will actually stop the Dunedain spawn, as well as the tribute from Dunlin. So the extra 1,000 food and 800 gold that you get every couple of minutes will be lost if that yurt goes down. Now for the quests, and these are all listed in the hint section. The first one listed is you can research Elite Eagle Warrior, Elite Kamayuks, and own 5 Heavy Scorpions. And this triggers the Warg Archer spawn, so you'll end up getting some Camel Archers as long as Sharku is alive. Now they're actually quite strong, and they will help you deal with the powerful Magyar Cav Archers. So in Dunlin, as I've said before, you don't want to lose the Sirt because it gives you the spawns as well as the extra tribute. It is worth keeping because of those resources throughout the game. You'll end up having quite a stronger economy than Rohan just because of those tributes. And because of how powerful it is, it's usually targeted rather quickly, so make sure that you build your defenses in front of that. If you're able to kill Theodred, so Theodred should be somewhere, not sure exactly, but if you're able to kill Theodred, which is Magyar Hussar hero, you'll be able to not only get your HP over time buff, but you'll also be able to spawn some Legionary, which are Armored Uruks, for free in Isengard. Killing Boromir also makes it a lot stronger, and I do mean considerably. He also gets quite a bit of extra range for that. And if you're able to finally get Saruman all the way to Ruin, which is right here, Orange's TC, along with Palando and LOTR, which is the 2 blue wizards for Orange, you'll actually be able to spawn some elite units. So for Orange, you're going to get the Kamayuk, which are the Haradrim, and then you're going to be able to get some wargs for Isengard. If you're able to kill Theoden, Haldir, Theodred, and burn down Alberg, which Alberg is right here. Sorry, this one, Alberg. You'll actually get your HP buffs. So with the amount of Rohan heroes as well as the amount of spawns that you're able to get throughout the game, you'll be able to get quite considerably stronger and quite deadly if you have any of those buffs active. So for the Isengard players to die, you need to kill both castles here in Isengard, as well as the castle in the Narrow Downs. You have to kill all 3 of those castles, but they are quite close to each other, which means that it's good for defense, but also bad if you're losing. So be taken out rather quickly. So for the general strategy for Isengard is that you're going to have an easier time outbooming your Rohan opponent just because of the Dunlin. However, because of the long narrow pass right here from the Gap of Rohan towards Helm's Deep, is actually quite small. You're going to have quite a hard time pushing there, and Rohan can make quite a can actually stall your pushes with defenses of their own. And you'll see that there's going to be quite a lot of back and forth going in this this little path. Unfortunately, you can also just mount a defense there and hold it, and use the choke to hold Rohan back, as you can use your opportunities to hit elsewhere using going through the Barrow Downs or going above to hit Rivendell, as mentioned previously. You should really coordinate with your allies who can come through the Moria to actually help you hit certain places or even give you assistance. You have to be really especially careful with Gondor, as their Teutonic Knight and Siege Onager combos can really destroy your forces, as you really don't have a good answer to that combo. But hopefully Gondor is going to be a little bit too preoccupied to deal with Isengard, and without the slingers, which the Isengard player does not get, even though they are Incas, they're going to have a little bit of a harder time to deal with the Teutonic Knight. But I think that's it for Isengard, and I'll see you next time with an overview with Gondor. So thanks for watching.